I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, August the 17th, where the big shocker so far this week was the grains opening up higher on a Monday after that grizzly bearish of a crop report that came out late last week and pretty much estimated all-time record crops for both corn and beans. But it seems like some of the analysts and maybe some of the traders don't really believe the USDA in the report that they put out. Well, I was with the USDA a long time, and one of our favorite sayings was, we may not be right, but we're official. And that's the way that's going to be. The USDA put that out. That was their official call, and that's what you go by until it comes out again, or until they change that a little bit. And everybody thinks they're going to come back and adjust that, and they're trying to play the adjustment in already. Well, that's not the way it works. It's official until they find out different. Personally, I'm not surprised at all that we're having this record crop. We broke out so much more ground there the last several years after the market got so high, and we've had really ideal conditions. Everything has really been outstanding for growing a bumper crop, and they did again this year. And what's really going to be shocking is when they find out how much of it's still in the bins from last year and maybe the year before. A lot of these farmers thought that, corn was going back to $6 a bushel or something, and they just keep storing that stuff. Well, it's not going to be very long after harvest gets started. They're going to be dumping this stuff on the ground because everybody's got their on-the-farm storage full, and there's not going to be any place to put this stuff, and it's going to get cheap, and your cash price at your grain elevator, especially way up in the Midwest and the heart of corn country, is going to have a big basis compared to what the board is. Going to be well under $3 a bushel for that corn, and a lot of these farmer feeders are going to walk their corn to town, so we can expect that some big heavy calves, which is what they like to feed, and yearlings too, late in the fall are going to be highly in demand. But you look at the live cattle futures for the October contract on Monday, down 55, Tuesday down 57. To end the day on Tuesday at 113.40, your August spot market's at 115.50, which is close to $3 basis there compared to what the weighted average was last week. Feeder cattle on the September contract, Monday was down 47, Tuesday down $1.50, responding to that higher grains that closed higher on Monday. And then we're ended the day with September feeder cattle on Tuesday at 145.75. Weighted average on last week's fat cattle trade, they sold a lot more cattle than everybody thought. Traded them all day Friday night and Saturday morning, 98,000 head. These packers are needing these cattle. The steer live price weighted average was 118.35, which was down 57 cents. So there was more cattle that sold lower than what we thought, because it was pretty much all 119 early on Monday. Your dressed steer price at 186.91, that's down 91 cents. Your box beef cutout values should be higher all week this week, getting a lot of demand from your Labor Day holiday trade, and we should get some pretty good demand on into fall. It's not that much fun, as all of you know, to cook out on your grill when it's over 100 degrees outside. It's a lot more fun when it cools down there 60s and 70s, and thank God football is going to be starting back up. That's when we want to get some steaks on the grill. Look at some cash feeder cattle prices. Oklahoma City at 8,700 head. Feeder steers steady, feeder heifers steady to $2 higher, calves $1 to $3 higher. Joplin had 4,500 head, steady to $3 higher on feeders, calves steady to $5 higher. Getting a lot of northern demand in there, even though a couple of those sales there are getting some pretty plain kind of quality right now, because we haven't started getting these better quality cattle coming to town. Look at an individual quote out of Cattle Market Central. Kingsville Livestock Auction in Kingsville, Missouri, south and east of Kansas City there, sold a load of 860-pound steers at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at 152. That's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you on Friday.